Ladies and gentlemen, live from tbriz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh man, that is-
TikTok, you don't stop.
Oh! That's a couple weeks in a row.
there's the crowd. So I think that intro is going to be really low when we listen to this back. I don't know. I'm messing with levels. It's really bad. But you know what we're going to do?
What are we going to do?
We're going to blame it all on Chic. Because that's what we do on this show. We yell at Chic.
It's my fault, the volume.
It's all your fault. Man, we really got on his nutsack last week.
Yeah, you guys were rough.
We got a couple comments about that
got comments.
YouTube and everything, and I love it. I like
text
busting your
from
balls,
B.
Chic. Sorry, it's probably going to happen again. It might happen today.
It's going to happen every episode.
I want to say I
We're so
apologized right away. Like the
He
second
did apologize right away.
I texted you guys. I was like, we were tough on you. It wasn't right. I just felt bad. I told you to shut up at one point. It was a little too
I got
much.
tough skin. We'll be all right. Don't worry.
know.
I don't take it personal.
Guys, I got
It's for the show.
I gotta talk about something that we kind of talked about last week, 2 weeks ago, whatever. Like my entire apartment's rearranged, and it was all a result of my TV breaking.
Yeah.
My TV broke, and I took it down so I could get rid of it, and then I decided to move everything around in some sort of state of impulsive mania that kicked in when I started. You know, I got a rush. I got a high. I took the TV down, like accomplished something, and I said, you know what? Let me move this. Let me move that. Let me take this down. Let me throw that out. Let me sell this.
Yeah.
I can make some money on this. I can make,
make some money on that
$50.
rearrange.
I did. I sold the old TV stand. Made $50.
Did you?
On a little app called Let Go. I let go of it, man.
It's like
I left
eBay?
for $50.
Oh.
Never heard of Let Go.
It's sort of like eBay,
There's
except
a lot of things I got to let go, so maybe I should get on that.
dude. I
it
wish it
easy?
could help me let go of my insecurities. Can I put those on there?
You and me both.
Like it just, I kind of want to do that on Let Go as a joke.
Wish I could
Just put a picture of text that says my insecurities, and then put it on there and be like, guys, who wants them?
Who wants my insecurities?
$50. Go ahead, pick them up. Oh, all my character defects, sell them on Let Go. But it's funny you mentioned eBay because this story is going in that direction. I had an incident with eBay. The TV's broken. I was going to buy a new TV, but I said, let me try to fix this myself.
Something
Who does that?
me and B would never think to do.
I don't think anybody does.
What is it, the 1950s? You buy a thing and you repair it until you die?
I'm
That's
so
not how it
fucking
works.
lazy. I would
You
never
throw
think
it
to
away.
repair that.
You know, I kind of had this sense of pride just picturing myself turning it on and it working and me thinking, I fixed this.
Yeah.
And that sense of pride that I got just from imagining that in the future, it drove me. I jumped on YouTube. I said, let me find a video that's going to fix this. Because I know we live in this age.
Yeah,
we live in this era.
Yeah.
Yep. See, I swallowed my pride a long time ago.
Yeah, I know.
We live in this era. It's all online.
It's all there.
Anything I want to do. And I said, I bet it's on there. I typed in the make, the model of my TV, the problem it was having. I pressed the power button. It flashes and doesn't turn on. Sure enough, there's a YouTube video. Let me watch it. It's a 10, 15-minute video. I said, that's it?
That's not bad.
That's not bad. I watched the video. The guy made it seem so easy. These things come apart so easy. I mean, it's screws.
Now, did you take it apart as you were watched it, then took it apart?
First, I did. I watched it all the way through to see what I was getting myself into. I didn't just start drilling, doing it. I said, let me watch from beginning to end once and sit here and get a little cup of coffee and sip my coffee and watch this guy take apart this TV and absorb it and see
Already,
if it's for me.
I wouldn't have absorbed any of the information from YouTube.
This is
I'd
why
been
I
like,
was curious. I would have watched it and kept rewinding as I was doing it. I would have never thought, let's watch it first. That's why I don't fix things.
Yeah.
I am still... It's not fixed, as you can see. So
No,
what
but
if
you've gotten further than
it's basically
are.
just
It looks
taken
like
apart.
oak tag with metal around it.
That's what they call a diffuser. So I learned some things, fellas.
Uh-huh.
They
got
call
the
that a
lingo down and
diffuser.
everything.
See that main white piece over there? I wish I could bring it into the YouTube,
Yeah.
but that's called a diffuser. So anyway, I took it apart. My goal was to fix it. I found the video. I found the part that was broken. It was
Yeah.
an LED light was blown out. I have it right here. I wonder if I could show it on YouTube.
Yeah, 'cause
if you're watching on
probably get it on
YouTube
the
here,
camera.
there's the diffuser, and you can see that it's burnt out.
Looks like
This is
somebody
it.
tried to smoke it.
This
Lucky
is
your TV didn't catch fire, I feel like.
I'm very lucky. You know, I'm one of the lucky ones whose TVs didn't just randomly burst into flames because an LED
Isn't that
light
funny,
blew
B?
out.
Did I
Yeah.
blow something coming up? I always feel like I'm on the outside looking in
It's
here.
just funny.
It's funny that you
You're real
think
lucky.
I'm lucky my TV didn't go
Yeah.
on fire because the LED light burnt out.
I just think like electrical.
because that's such a you
That
hear
little-
about TVs just going on fire all the time, right?
Spontaneously combust.
Yeah, you're lucky because my TV, I've had 3 TVs just fucking go into flames. You're lucky yours only did not go into flames. Like, wow, I'm such a lucky guy.
Well, you're lucky because there's no YouTube video to fix a TV that just blew up. I don't think there's a YouTube video.
Oh
for that.
shit, my TV went on fire. Let me go on YouTube and see if there's a solution for this. What do I do? Step 1, fire extinguisher. All right. Shit, I don't know one of those. Step 2, call fire department.
Let me
All
see
right.
this thing. Can
But
I touch
oh
it?
wow, there's actually a YouTube
But the
video.
sense
Yeah, you
of
can touch
pride
it.
I had when I
It's all about the pride. It's, you know what it is? It's like I say we live in this generation where everything is instant gratification. Everything is, if it's broken, buy a new one. Everything is, you get one little coffee stain on the corner of your T-shirt sleeve, you throw it out, you buy a new one. It's just everything's so accessible, and we live in a what are we? We're considered middle class. Some of us maybe lower middle class, upper
Yeah, I
middle
was gonna
class.
say you'd speak for yourself.
Everything in between, though, is still just buy new stuff.
yeah.
It's just
And-
easier to buy new things and,
And
put
it's
in
funny.
the time and do it yourself.
It is easier.
I am so not a do it
You could
yourself.
say it's
I'm not
it's-
either.
It's laziness.
And it's also, like you said, so easy now. We have all the information to fix it right here at our fingertips.
Yeah.
And nobody does it. I don't know what that is.
Is that at your fingertips sound
Yeah.
He was
effect?
like so happy. He
Sometimes
made
I
that.
have to, like, I don't know why I do that. Is that a weird tick that I have to make sound effects after I say
Yeah,
something?
it is. I don't know about weird, but it's definitely a tick.
It's a wonderful, wonderful tick. I'm a fan of
I don't
that
know
tick.
what-
Yeah, keep on making
I
these
find
sound
myself
effects.
doing that a lot.
Bravo.
Bravo, bravo,
Bravo, Brendan. I find myself doing that a lot. That's weird. At least I catch myself.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, there's a lot more to the story.
Yeah, keep going.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, we want to hear this thing through the end.
So let me pick up where I left off. The TV did not burst into flames. the LED light just
Things are
burnt
already
out.
looking up.
And I thought, let me fix this. I'm working with my hands. I've already, actually, even before I finished, well, I'm not even finished, as you can see. I'm going to get to that.
No.
But as I'm taking it apart and just doing it, I do feel like this is good. I'm doing something. After watching the video, I
What's
realized
that feel like?
accomplishment.
Yeah.
Well, Chick, one of these days,
One of these days.
I hope that you do feel that sense of accomplishment.
Oh, I feel accomplished.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about like, oh, I took a shit, that felt good.
Yeah.
And I wiped everything. It didn't even leave a stain on my underwear this time.
The last
Accomplishment.
accomplishment I have is the 1994 Hawks championship.
Oh my!
You didn't even do
God.
anything.
I
Oh,
was on the
Farmdale
team,
Hawks, the
Farmingdale
football
Hawks.
team.
Yeah, I was on the
Right.
team.
Was that when you rushed for 2,000 yards?
No, that was a
season?
different season. I was just a part of a better team this
Okay,
time.
nobody cares.
So let me get back to the story. Where was I? The thing blew out. I'm fixing it. I feel good about myself.
You started making progress. Yeah, you feel good
find the
about
part-
yourself.
So the part costs $12.
Yeah.
I find it on eBay. It's $12, and then now I'm also thinking, I'm gonna throw away this TV with all these parts and everything's working, and the one LED light's burnt out. And that's all I got to replace. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely ordering this part. So I order it. Delivery on or before June 21st, Thursday, June 21st. Guys, anybody know what today's date is?
Today is the
20
30th.
Oh, 30th? I thought it was the 29th.
I don't know,
It's
that-
the 30th. He's right.
Wow. That's an accomplishment right there.
Yeah.
You knew what day
Yeah.
it was.
I know what day it is.
Very good. Things are going well.
It's going well.
Mic control.
So that was 20. I can't even do the math. 9 days ago,
Yeah.
it was supposed to be delivered. I still don't have the part yet. That's why my TV is in pieces all around my apartment, taking up all sorts of space. It looks like I'm some kind of fucking meth head that's just like tearing apart electronics in his apartment with the shit lying all around. And I look like a crazy person with these.
I thought it was
stuff
an art project.
That's
when
what
I looked in
that
here.
was my
I like,
first thought, that it looked like a.
You're
like
drawing
an art
something?
thing.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
exactly.
art project better than meth head project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like meth. That looks like you're gonna draw something.
Right.
You're about to paint.
Well, so
I like how he gets propped up to say that.
as you can probably imagine, I am frustrated with this whole situation.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Do you
definitely
feel
can
me?
imagine. Yes,
Yeah.
I
The
feel
thing
you.
was supposed to be here June 20.
Yeah,
You should have this TV up.
This is eBay, right? They put a thing on the guys on the place I ordered. On or before, guaranteed delivery. On or before
Yep.
June 21st. 9 days later, where is it? Now there's a tracking number. I clicked the tracking number. The last update is the day after it was supposed to be here, the 22nd, and it says in transit to next facility. It has said that for 8 or 9 days. In transit to next facility.
What's the next facility?
Good question.
We don't know.
That's all it freaking
You look
says.
so baffled by this.
I
believe it.
I am trying to maintain some
there you
composure right
go.
now.
There
The
you
next
go.
facility is the
Woosah.
dumpster that this TV is gonna go in.
Right. Googsfraba. What'd you say?
I said the next facility is the dumpster that TV is gonna go in if you don't get this part.
Right. So here I am trying to do something good, and I feel like I'm just getting shit on. I
Yeah.
just I try to do something good, and so I have, I'm frustrated. I'm dealing with the frustration, but it wasn't like that all week. I contacted the seller on eBay.
Ooh.
After 7 days went by, I went on USPS.com. It's coming USPS. They're sucking right now.
United States Postal Service.
That is it.
That's them.
And there's a file a missing mail report. I'm like, after 7 days, you can file a missing mail report, and I'm getting all worked up. I'm like, well, the thing's lost, and I need to find it. Somebody needs to find my TV's all over the place.
Package?
It looks like an art project or a meth head or something, and so
Sitting here, my screwdriver in my hand, like a jerk.
So the seller made a comment. I asked the seller, what's going on? This thing's not here. It said on or before June 21st, and it's not here. The seller writes back, I don't put that up on my site. eBay does.
Ooh.
They put that message up there. You're more than welcome to contact eBay if you would like to. Oh, thank you for giving me permission to contact eBay, Mr. eBay seller.
You're more than welcome.
I'm more than well. Oh, thank you. You know what? I didn't even think of that. I thought to contact you. You're telling me I should contact eBay. Oh, thanks for leading me in the right direction. I'm so happy that you said that. Not. I'm so pissed off. Dude, that pissed me off. This guy
sold
set
things
me
on
off.
eBay, and I was able to talk directly to the people I was selling it to. So I don't understand what this guy was doing.
Well, this guy who's the seller isn't just a random guy who sold me a part. He runs a business.
Oh, yeah,
he has
that's right.
thousands
Okay.
of reviews. He sells all sorts of parts. So my expectation is he's got a relationship with USPS. Maybe he makes a phone call. Maybe his carrier comes in. He can ask what happened. Maybe he can help me out. No,
Do
he,
something.
he tells me to call eBay. He basically, this is what he said to me. You got a problem? Call eBay. Like, yo, that's how I took it. That's how I took it. I was like, dude, fuck you, bro. So I got so mad, and I'm typing down right back. I'm right back with a fury.
Mean type in the keyboard.
Yeah, cursing, like, you, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And I think, don't send that email. I write a nice, calm, business professional, more professional email where I say,
I wish you would have saved the other email.
I have it. I should have pulled it up for the show, but I'm going to give you the gist of it. I'm going to give you the general idea of what it said. It read something to the effect of, eBay is not affecting my business negatively. If they were, maybe then I would contact them. eBay, I'm trying to remember what I said. eBay is, I said, eBay is your virtual storefront. And and if they are hanging a sign in your window that is incorrect, guaranteeing delivery, then that is not my problem because it is not my store. You're misleading your customers. It is not my problem. I did uppercase not.
Not.
That's where a little bit of
what-
it snuck out.
It is not.
It is not my problem. So I send it, and I'm just trying to feel good about myself because I pulled it in. I wrote a professional email. Let's see what they write back. An hour goes by, they don't write back.
Oh, you're not getting.
So I'm getting,
Oh,
now I'm getting heated
steaming.
up. It's still in there. I need some kind of something. I need something from
Yeah.
them. I'm not getting anything, and I'm getting pissed off because they were writing back real quick, and then I
Yeah.
wrote that email, ghosted me. Fucking guy ghosted
got
me on
ghosted.
eBay. So I figure, okay, let me just turn it up the heat a little bit. Just a notch. So I turn it up.
Turn it up a notch.
Nice reference.
Yeah.
That's a callback to bathroom skits.
Yeah, we got a sketch up on YouTube, bathroom tips and tricks. He's just,
Turn it up a notch.
turn it up a notch. Freshen up the joint.
Freshen up the joint.
Anyway, we digress. So I write back, and I basically I turn up the heat. I get a little bit more frustrated with the guy, and I say, I send him the link to USPS.com missing mail, because part of me expected him to do something like this, but I
Right.
went and did it, and I was like, here's the link to the missing mail form where you could fill it out. There's details on there that I don't know, and I can't fill out.
wouldn't
The
know.
shape of the package, the size of the package, the type of
didn't send
package. He sent it, so he knows it. I went to fill it out myself, but I was like, you know what? I can't fill this out. I'm going to send it to this guy. I said,
The fact
here's
that you
the link.
even went and did that, that's already you.
You're doing most of the work for him.
I know. I want my TV fixed, man. My sense of pride has turned into a sense of frustration. I'm not happy.
That's why
That's
people
why
don't
it's not
fix
worth
things.
it.
You know, this has been
3 minutes into this YouTube video, I'm like, yeah, not worth it. I'm not
I
getting
should
into
have
this.
just bought another TV. The levels of frustration, it's a test of patience. This is one of the biggest tests of patience I've had to deal with all year. 2018,
Yeah.
test of patience, pinnacle.
This is
Okay? And I'm doing pretty well. I'm calm down now, except for this email.
I feel like every time you buy something, you have an issue.
Yeah, oh, God. That's just what happens. So I say, if I don't hear something back by the end of the day, I'm canceling the order.
Ooh,
That's it. That's as mean as I got.
watch
So
out.
he filed missing mail report.
Who is this now? Is this the guy filed it or the eBay?
The guy.
Okay.
eBay doesn't get involved until July 2nd, they said. I filed the thing that said I never received my package, and they say try to work it out with the seller.
Until this
And,
date.
and on July 2nd, if you don't, then we get involved. So part of me wants to order from another place because it looks like USPS is just shitting the bed on this one. And I'm like, but I know the second I order it from another place, the thing's going to show up on my doorstep 5 seconds
Yep.
later. And I'm going to like, God damn it. Like, you know, but
Nice.
now here's the other thing. This is eBay. This is their relationship with USPS. I order stuff from Amazon all the time. I never have this issue. Do you
Right.
guys use Amazon?
Amazon's the best.
Amazon
I
is
love
king.
Amazon.
This is why Amazon is king, and eBay is one of their number one competitors. This is why eBay is just going to disappear one day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got PayPal, but fucking PayPal will live. eBay will die.
eBay will
is
be
dying.
a trivia question.
Amazon's
someday.
trying to fucking drone things to people, and eBay
Yeah.
can't even figure out USPS.
eBay's using USPS is telling people they're going to get their packages.
Yeah.
Because then I went to USPS to ask about it, and the lady said, "Oh yeah, this happened. Somebody was supposed to get one 7 days. They just got it today. Just wait for it." I'm like, "What? Just wait for it? It's supposed to be here 9 days ago, and you're telling me this is business as usual for the USPS?"
Stop guaranteeing things, asshole.
Dude, if fucking eBay, if Amazon, if there's a package coming to me from Amazon and it's going to be like a half hour late, they like send me a coupon and I'm sorry message and an update on the package to my email, to my text, to my phone. And I'm just like, I feel safe. I know what's going on. Amazon's always there to grab me by the shoulder softly and pull me in close and grab me and put
they
their lips
whisper.
up to my ear. They whisper, "It's going to be okay, Taylor. Your package is coming. You know where it is, and you know what's going on. We love you."
Exactly.
And I'm like, "Thank you, Amazon. You're my best friend."
Yes, Amazon.
Fuck
is
that
the
eBay
best.
guy, though. I fucking hate him.
Yeah, it's over.
And USPS and eBay, they're terrible.
You got to trust the public more with eBay, and that's just something that's not a good thing.
Yeah.
This is
But this-
USPS. And
Yeah,
eBay
but how
should
do
be
you know
on
this guy didn't
USPS.
fuck something
But also,
up?
this is not just some guy in a basement. This is like a business that
You
this
never
guy's
know.
running.
Right.
You never know.
Hey,
Well, I was getting
you're
to,
right.
you know, my everybody's out to get me thing was coming out after
Oh,
me
they're
for a
out to
while
get you
too.
right
Where-
now.
There's a whole other story about that, but I don't know how much I don't know how much of this I can talk about.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get into it really quick. So the guy mentions, he goes, "Just wait until July 2nd. Sometimes it takes 14 days." That's
So is
one of
that
the
where we're at
because we
right
had a
now?
couple emails back
Yeah.
and forth. No, I'm going back a little bit. One of the other emails we said back and forth. He said, "Wait until the 14 days. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks to get there." And I'm reading the guy's email, thinking, "No, it says honor before the 4 days that was. Why should it take
When you
10
get these
extra
emails,
days?"
are you just like screaming at your laptop?
Yeah, I'm
Like you are-
internalizing it.
It's about to turn into the Hulk.
Yeah, just
Most of these are read at work too, so I'm getting no work done. I'm just sitting at my fucking computer, like typing. It sounds like I am because this is all you hear. Oh, I want to touch my keyboard, but this is all you hear.
yeah.
And my boss is like, "Oh, great, he's typing away. He's doing lots of
doing
work."
something.
But really, I'm writing nasty emails and not sending them to the seller on eBay. Like, "You fucking asshole! Where's my shit? My fucking TV's on pieces around my apartment. Luke Cage just came out on Netflix. I want to watch Luke Cage." And I use my little laptop.
Have you started watching that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so have I.
But anyway, let me go. So the guy told me 14 days, but then I went to his site, the eBay
His
listing, because I said,
site.
"Why is he saying 14 days?" I said, "Let me go see if anywhere on his site it says it might take 14 days, like a disclaimer." Because I'm like, maybe I'm in the wrong. So I searched for the number 14. The only number 14 that came up is the store's return policy. You can't return after 14 days.
Wow.
So I'm like, dude, I said, this motherfucker's out to get me.
Yeah.
He wants my $12, bro. Really
getting
I
bad.
can't
back,
believe this is
bro.
a $12 piece.
It's just $12 piece. It's
Wow.
So that's my.
He said basically wait until you can't return it, then fuck you.
That's how I
Yeah.
felt. That's how I was
Yeah.
feeling. I felt like he was trying to screw me. I really did. But
Trying to. He is.
Yeah, he is.
So is that what you're doing right now? You're waiting 14 days?
I don't know. I'm waiting until July 2nd, and then I'm gonna go try
Which
to
is
order
Monday.
another one, or I don't know what I'm gonna do. I want to fix it now. I don't want to just throw
Yeah,
it
I
out.
don't-
I
Now
want to
package
see this
comes,
thing
you
through
should
the end.
fucking tell them to return the sender.
It's not his fault though. It's the USPS's fault. And
He
besides,
just told you to wait. Fuck this guy.
you know what? I want the part more than I want to, and
Get it
I
from
doubt the guy
Amazon.
would care. There's like a 20% restocking fee. He'll probably try to get me for it.
Yeah,
all this
yeah,
other.
yeah.
I just want this thing to end.
Yeah.
I just want to put the screws back into the TV. Excuse
can't
me.
wait.
Wow.
I can't wait to see what this TV is going to look like when you finally do get this part.
I turn it on and everything's
Yeah.
like yellow and green.
Yeah, what problems you run.
Go
You know you're
back
going to
to,
run
like, the
into another
80s.
problem.
I honestly, you see like how the parts are laying on top of each other over
Yes.
there. I tried to keep them in order, but
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure that they are. So it's a lesson, man, and it's a lesson in patience. In a day and age where everything is instant gratification, I could get in my car right after we do this podcast, drive to Target, have a brand new TV, have it set up and watching it within the hour.
Yep.
But I'm choosing not to.
And look at where it's got you.
It's got you a lot of stress. This is why you don't repair things yourself.
It's okay because
This is why the repairman is not a job anymore.
it's
Nobody does. Just we just
Someone
have
tells you they're a handyman, they're unemployed.
Yeah, exactly.
this is a lesson in character building for me.
Yeah, hey, listen, it's good for you. No, I wouldn't do it, but good for you.
Not many people would. Actually, everybody I tell the story to, they're just like so amazed. They're like, "Wow, you're fixing your TV? Wow."
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
number one
it's-
issue I have with this.
it's
But I'm
crazy.
always like, "Well, I haven't fixed it yet."
Yeah, but you're in
To
your
be
defense,
continued.
You're waiting for a piece. It's not like you're
Right.
where you're just I don't want to do it yet.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I look forward to seeing how this all turns out.
Where are you
Thank
gonna
you.
put this TV?
This is gonna go in my bedroom now because, as you can see on YouTube, I'm pointing to it. I moved the smaller TV into the living room here,
Oh, I wasn't
and
sure
it's
if this
okay.
was-
Careful with that candle. You might blow up that television.
Oh shit, my TV's on fire! Chick, it happened. Well, that's my story about the TV, that long-winded story about this damn thing. Hopefully that was entertaining somewhat. Were you guys entertained by that?
I was entertained.
Are you not entertained?
I'm always entertained by how angry you get at things, like how it eats away at you. It's
I just always have issues, so I get entertained by anybody's problems.
You know,
Yeah.
Well, I'll bring something else up. As I started going to therapy this week,
oh nice.
and part of it's because of the TV. I can't take it.
Ooh.
I can't take it anymore.
Is that what that was this week's session was all about the
Yeah.
TV?
Yeah.
We just went through the same session that you went through in therapy? Basically, you're just yelling about eBay.
Reenacted it.
That's it. I got in there and she had a TV, and I was like, "Get that fucking thing out of my face! Get it out! You trying to show off this TV in front of me?"
Trying to help me or hurt me?
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to hear that.
Thanks. Yeah, some updates coming on that. We'll see how
Yeah,
that goes. I'm
wanna-
sure I'll have some stories.
I definitely want to hear more about that. That's something, my parents had me talk to somebody when I was really like young for some reason, and and I remember I just I like tricked the guy into like taking me out to like sporting goods stores. Like I was trying to get him to buy me stuff, and I was like, yeah, I think I want a baseball glove or something, and finally the guy called up my parents and was like, "Yeah, I don't think he needs therapy. He just
He needs a friend.
You just gotta buy him some stuff.
Yeah. And then my parents. This is another weird one. This is like, when I was probably like I was under 10, and my parents, my dad got me this cassette book, like a whole bunch of cassettes from this guy called Bob Mowad.
Bob Mowad.
Yeah. And
Road.
And I would play these tapes before at night, and they was like all self-esteem building tapes. I was like 8. And the name of the thing, we could look it up, was Bob Mowad's "No More Stinking Thinking." And I started drinking the Kool-Aid. I was loving it. I was like, "No
Walking
more
around with
stinking
all
thinking."
these fucking positive quotes.
I just
Yeah.
picture B walking into like first grade, like spitting around. "Hey guys, you got to think positive. You got to think positive today. No more stinking thinking. Hey, who wants to be my
No
friend? Who
more
wants to be my
stinking
friend?"
thinking.
And I think it really affected me because I'm a pretty positive person. I'm
Are
a
you,
pretty
though?
Yes, I am. You don't think I am?
No, not at all. I wouldn't call you positive. I'm not saying you're negative, but I
No,
wouldn't
I'm
call
super
you
positive. I'm very positive.
You're pretty cynical.
Me?
Yeah.
About what? What's he talking about?
I don't know, but this is getting interesting
I
because
do
Chick,
not think you're a positive person.
because Chick is one of the most negative people I know
don't
in my
claim
life.
to be positive.
What do you
And he's
mean?
being negative about you being positive right now.
What do you
He's like,
mean?
"Hey, I think I'm positive," and Chick's like, "Nah, you're totally negative."
You
No,
always think the worst of things, even certain things that we may or may not talk about on the show. You like, you
Well,
have
listen,
a
All
very,
right, that's different. That's different. I stuff like this and comedy, whatever. I definitely
We'll get into some of your negative thinking when we get in, if we get into the wedding stuff.
fine. Go.
Do you want to see the videos I have of people trying to the kids being?
Well, first
bullying
of
you?
all, we went to a wedding this past
Yeah,
week.
so we're gonna switch gears now. We're gonna talk about this
Wait.
wedding stuff, right?
I just want to talk one thing real quick. I wanted to say I was waiting for him to finish very nicely.
See, it doesn't work if you compliment yourself on not interrupting.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work that way.
No, but when I got caught smoking pot in 10th grade and I got suspended for a month and a half, the school made us see drug counselors, which was like therapists basically,
Yeah.
for about, I think, four sessions I had to go see him. And I would go in there and fucking lay on his couch. I didn't want to be there at all. I was forced to be there.
I got a quick question. Were you stoned every time you went there?
No, I actually, when I got suspended, I did not smoke pot my whole suspension. I didn't start back up until when I got back. It was just hard. I was young. It's not as easy as it is now to get it. But anyway, yeah, I was forced to go see him. I used to lay on his couch and sit in silence for a half hour to 40 minutes.
Seems like it did you a lot of good.
Nah, yeah, it didn't. I started going to see therapy once I started getting anxiety, though. Now
Yeah. I thought about it every once in a while, but then I'm like, then I'll just have anxiety about going to a therapist. So
yeah,
I
real
never did
positive
it.
thinking there, too, right?
Well, I'm positive.
I think I see. Now I kind of see what Chick is talking about.
I know what he's talking
Not
about.
negativity as far as an outlook on something and being
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I fucking hate this. I hate that."
No.
A different kind of negativity, which is more of a negative energy that is an anxiety producing
Yeah.
type
He just thinks that
energy of
Tuesday's around the corner.
I
maybe
would
getting
agree with that.
getting
But no,
down
that's-
on yourself
that's
in a
only-
negative way,
Fair
as
enough,
opposed to
yes.
projecting your
Yeah.
negative energy onto other people.
Right.
You internalize
That's
it.
me.
See, all this therapy Chick's been to is paying off. He's teaching us stuff right now. I didn't even think of that.
I've been in therapy for years.
Yeah, you could teach a class.
I can only teach myself.
Yeah.
It's too bad he could teach the class, but he can't lead by example.
No, definitely
Yeah,
not.
no.
I always tell my godsons and my little cousins, like, never fucking follow my lead.
Listen to what I say, not what I do. I know the right things, so I'll tell you about them, but I don't do them.
Do not do them.
I don't do them. Don't do what I do. Do what I say.
Do what I say, not as I do. But all right, I'm sorry. So
let's get into this wedding story.
Let's do this.
All right, so we both go to a wedding.
Yeah, we all have wedding stories.
Yeah.
I went to a wedding.
Yeah,
B
you went
was
to a wedding.
B and Chick, you guys went to
we
the
were in
same
the
wedding.
Same wedding.
We were in the wedding party too, so a
Oh,
lot of stress.
best
and we were
mans?
next to each other the whole time, even in the walk up and down. So it was great.
You guys were best mans.
We were the better men that weren't the best men.
What are they? Groomsmen.
Groomsmen.
Yeah,
The
groomsmen.
best mans. I like that.
So I I feel like anxiety comes in every episode of this damn show, but
And
church,
it's crazy that it's not me.
I know. I got to switch my.
Our time will come.
I think there's a reason that B talks about his anxiety because B is very aware of his anxiety and these stories. It's a very aware thing. Chick, you have anxiety and you don't ever talk about it with us.
Because
Chick
honestly,
lacks
it
awareness.
hasn't been as prevalent in my life at this moment. Not saying that it's
No,
gone
no,
or anything, but there was a time where if we were doing the show, a few years ago, it probably would have been all I talked about.
I'm sure we'll get some
Yeah,
anxiety.
we'll
cool
get
as
some
a
stuff.
cucumber during the wedding. But one of my many anxiety things, I might have talked about it, is going into a church. I have like crazy weird panic attacks being in a church, and I think it's because of the acoustics and the high ceilings. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. So I've been in a lot of wedding parties. I'm not saying that people like me, but I've been in a lot of wedding parties.
There's also a lot of creepy stuff inside those churches.
Very
Sometimes
creepy.
people, like churches are a holy sacred place, but they also don't realize, you got this dead guy hanging on a cross above everybody. Sometimes I walk in there and I just think, like, if I didn't know, like, there's this one church with this super realistic Jesus hanging on a cross all the way up in the air. And I just thought, like, if I didn't know what was going on, I'd walk in and just be, get him down! Get him down from up there! Oh, wait, it's a statue.
Who's that hippie?
We got to picture one of those statues that look like me.
Yeah.
Who's that
was
dead
bald.
hippie on the cross up there?
Sorry if that's
Okay.
offensive to hear, but it's
Don't
strange
worry
the
about
things.
that.
It's strange the things we worship sometimes.
It is.
And so sorry to cut you off.
No,
I wanted
I
to.
agree with you 100%.
That's just another thing. I can think it's just
You know
churches
what?
in general. There is a lot of stuff.
There
in
is.
there
I
that-
hate the church, but this was actually a beautiful church.
It was a beautiful church. The inside of a church is nice. I just have so many. I think it's like a muscle memory thing where like I've been like up at the altar, like next to people with for a wedding as a groomsman, and I've like thought about running out. And I remember one wedding a couple years ago. They had the groomsmen on one side and the lady men. what do they call the ladies?
Bridesmaids?
The bride-
Jesus Christ, the lady men. The lady men on the other side.
So this was a transvestite wedding. No,
No.
a T-girl
He could
wedding.
have said woman.
Sorry. So
The ladyman.
they
Lady
see
men.
I'm like panicking, and the girls can see me, and I see them like all like looking at like what's he doing, and I'm just like I'm like freaking out. My friend next to me is like he's like relax. If you gotta go, you go. And the thing is, I know like if I do like every part of me want to run out of the church just because I was having like this heat anxiety thing, and like. What makes it worse is I can't leave. I'm stuck there because if I leave, the entire wedding is looking like, who is this groomsman that's running away from the wedding here? So I already had.
My favorite thing
Yeah,
is there
I
was
would
such
agree
a
with
long
him on
walk
that.
for this one too. The aisle was
There was
tremendous.
so
It
I
was
was-
beautiful.
I gotta just interject real
Go.
quick. Some of this story, I'm thinking, how much of this is in B's head? That
It is
all
in
I
his
guess
head.
he's
he could have dipped out the side. with
He's
nobody
visibly
noticing.
panicking, but as his friend is telling him to calm down. But is the entire bridesmaid
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
looking
no,
at
they
him,
were.
going,
They-
"Oh my god"?
I disagree
No,
with that.
no,
They
they-
probably noticed, but they were like, "Look at this."
No,
weird
they were.
I'm questioning some
They-
of that. How much is in his head? But then the part where he gets it right is you know, everybody will notice if I get up and just run out of the place. And I go, well, yeah.
You're right.
If you just get up and run out, you're making a scene.
You're making a big
but
scene.
then everybody knows you're panicking. But up until that point, I don't
Maybe
know
it wasn't
how much
all
of it
the
is.
bridesmaids, but 3 of them. They were and they talked to me after. They said they were like, we were wondering what you were doing. I kept like going like this. Like I don't fit in a tux. My neck is too big, so I'm just like I can't breathe.
He's stretching the collar of his neck out right now. Like
I wish you did this at this wedding.
No, I was pretty good. So I was stressed about this for like
since before you even got on the bus, he was worried.
Yeah,
about it.
well before
since the rehearsal dinner, you were worried.
For a few weeks I was worried about it. I'm like and then we go we get to the church, and it's not so much the walking down the aisle. That doesn't.
Long aisle.
Yeah, it was a long aisle, but like I'm okay with walking. It's when I'm in that booth, you know, where I have to sit in the pew.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I don't know the church lingo.
I hate church too, but I know it.
All right, so as I'm sitting in the pew, I don't like the thing that gets me is the constant stand up, kneel, do this, because especially when I kneel and then stand up, then I get lightheaded, so I get all in my head. So
it is very
demanding.
I went to Catholic school,
and
this became a part of a routine. We went to the church, we did a lot of services, and I have all these things in my head about the church and the routines, and I won't get into that, but I agree. One of the things that always bothered me was that sit up, kneel, everybody rise, everybody sit down, now kneel, now this, like that. It's like, dude.
Yeah, you feel like a sheep.
Yeah, stop telling me what to fucking do, priest.
Let us sit down and just like, what does God care if I'm kneeling or standing or sitting right now? Like, let's just sit here and try to be good people. And you want to talk about God? Talk about Jesus, man. I'm here. I'm listening. Just fucking telling me this is fucking Simon Says while we're at it. Like, you want to see us all? Oh, I got an idea. Somebody one day was just like, I got an idea. Priest, listen up. We're going to make them stand. We're going to make them kneel. We're going to make them sit. We're going to just make them do it. And then we'll feel like we have this power over them. And then one day we're just going to, and now everybody jump up and down for Jesus. Everybody spin in a circle for Jesus. Get up here. Eat this stale bread. Come here. Come up here. Eat this little stale cracker. Come
I used to like
drink this wine.
I actually like the little crackers.
I only go.
You like those crackers?
Yeah, I don't mind them.
I don't eat them anymore.
Yeah, neither do I. Only if I'm hungry.
What do you think of the wine?
I don't think.
I don't drink the wine.
I don't even do the sign of the cross really anymore.
I'm an alcoholic. I can't drink the wine anymore.
Yeah,
I'm done with organized religion.
You know what's gross?
I'm heavy into
everybody drinks from the same fucking chalice.
Gross.
Yeah, you're gonna get a cold sore. You're gonna get
These
herpes
words
on that
are
thing.
just the chalice, the pew, the
normal fucking
the
terms for what
bridesmaids.
these things are. B.
Look at you.
You're very secular right now.
Yeah,
such a secular man.
What the fuck? Sure is.
Anyway, we digress again as usual.
So let's talk about before you walk down the aisle and the little kids from the flower boy and the flower
boy
and the flower girl and the ring bearers.
The ring bearers and the kids are all next to me, and they're like picking on me.
And I have it on video.
They're bullying me.
The kids? How old are these kids that are picking on you?
10 and under.
10 and under. I mean,
let's get them in here on the podcast.
They're almost as big as me.
Let's show them.
Let's see if we can do.
Let's show them what we do.
So I took a cold paper towel to tap my head down in case I got hot. So the kids saw this and they started making fun of me for it, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I was just getting. It was just an added stress. Now I'm already nervous.
He's defending himself. He's like
arguing
with these
myself.
kids. Just the best 5 minutes of my life.
What did the kids say?
They were saying it's not even cold. I don't even know what they were saying.
They call you stupid or something like that?
Yeah.
Bald.
And they kept calling me bald.
They kept calling you bald?
And then they were...
Oh, these little fuckers.
I was going back and forth with them, but I have fun
and they were
with them. B actually
flicking
gets
my
hurt by
ears.
these kids.
They were flicking my ears. I don't get hurt. I thought it was in good fun.
They hurt your feelings?
But they were they tapping my head. I become like the I don't know, somebody to pick on. I don't know how this happened.
He's the
for these
victim.
kids.
Yeah, I
He
become
was
the victim. So yeah. But then I went down the aisle and it was good. I didn't mess up. I never know what hand goes in what. You know, it's very confusing to me.
I don't understand what's confusing. You're the male, so you put in a circle.
I'll
and
tell
the
you,
girl
but
clenches in.
Puts her arm through your arm.
Exactly.
What do they call that when your arms are interlocked?
That I don't know what it's called.
It's shall we? And you put your little elbow out, and the lady goes, we shall. And she puts her arm through your arm, and then you walk, and it's like you can't really do the arm thing unless you're both wearing like a dress and a tuxedo.
He
and then
wasn't
it
the
works
only
nice.
groomsman having trouble with that either.
You never see two people like walking down to the beach like that,
Never.
like in bathing suits, like arm in arm, like wrapped up. It's just not the occasion for it.
No,
But
definitely
weddings is
not.
all about
That's
that.
what it's all about.
Classy, chivalry. Yeah.
exactly.
Well, the bridesmaids get confused too
Fancy.
because I've been in wedding where they have the flowers, so they're holding the flowers and they don't know what to do with their hands. So they have to go like this, scoop, and go like this. Now, I went down one particular wedding, and there's a picture of it I could find, of I am holding on to the woman, like a woman would hold on to a man. So I've had problems in the past. Like,
So in the arm interlocking walk when you walk arm in arm type
GXB
thing,
Shelley.
you played
The
the
woman was
actual
like-
womanly arm.
Yes.
Your arm was the woman
he
arm.
clenched into her and said, "Yes, we shall."
Because usually it's like one arm kind of makes a strong arm bicep, and
Yes.
the other arm comes through and kind of like the hand kind of
Softly,
rests
yeah,
on the bicep
exactly.
or on
That's-
the forearm. But you
that's
were
what
the
my
one
hand
like softly resting your hand on her bicep.
yeah, she
Put his
walked
head
me
on
down
her
the aisle.
shoulder.
Was she muscular?
No, she
would
walked
look
me
funny.
down the aisle.
She walked.
She walked.
She walked me down the aisle.
It was and you know when they have like pictures, like the wedding pictures come up of the like straightforward of you coming down the aisle.
Yeah.
Like once that picture came up, everybody was like, "Dude, what? What did you do?" Another embarrassing thing in my life.
Oh my God, B.
So,
Dude,
anyway,
first of
I
all,
made
before
it.
I forget, if we could track down that picture, that's
Oh,
got to be our
yeah,
Instagram
I'll
find
picture
it,
this
yeah,
week.
yeah.
Can you find that?
Yes,
thing?
yeah,
please.
yeah.
I'm
Please
right.
get
Let me
that.
make a note about that. We need that wedding picture.
Yeah, I'll find it.
But also, I want to see how bad it really is because going back to Chick's point where B's negative thinking, you think he might be overthinking too negatively about this. Like
100%.
maybe we'll see the picture and go, oh, it's not that bad.
Maybe.
He's fine.
You don't look that
He was
feminine
good.
in that picture.
Oh, that picture? I thought you were talking about when we were at the.
No, talking about this picture. He said, like,
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
it
no,
don't
I have
look
a
that
good
bad.
feeling about
We'll
this
have
one,
to,
that it's gonna
be the
awful.
judge. We'll put it
Maybe.
on Instagram, and we'll see what people say
Yeah.
about it. Does he look feminine in this picture
Yeah.
or not? And we'll see how many people unfollow us after that.
Does B look like the lady man?
He's one of the lady men.
Okay.
B, are you a groomsman? No, I'm a lady man. Can't you tell by the way she's holding my arm?
All right, jerks. Well, you'll be happy to know I went through the entire wedding, no panic attacks. I felt good. We got
Wow.
out of there. And by the way,
Bravo.
bravo.
Bravo, but he did fall asleep in the bridal suite.
Yeah, I did. It was a long day. We woke
I
up.
got
we
a
had to be-
picture of that too.
We had to be there at 9:00, and or 9. And by the way, I'm the first one to arrive. Tap myself on the shoulder.
That's a good thing.
Yes,
No, it wasn't.
I come prompt. The best man wasn't even there.
The best
Wow.
man was the last one.
He was late. So the photographers, they're all doing the
We love
pictures.
that.
Now these guys that were doing the photography were fantastic. Didn't
Best
speak
ever.
Didn't speak a word of English. They were
Straight
all Italian.
Italianos.
They were so Italian that when they took a picture, instead of saying cheese,
They
they
said
said
Nutella.
Nutella?
Nutella.
Like the
Yeah.
chocolate almond spread?
I guess.
The
Yes.
chocolate hazelnut
Yes.
spread?
I think that's what it was.
Is that a thing?
I have no idea if it's a thing, but that's what
I don't
we
know.
were
That's what
doing.
they were doing.
That's what I think of at least.
It was hilarious.
I
He
kinda-
put his hands up because I fucking nailed that punchline.
Yeah,
on him.
I saw it coming, but that's all right.
Yeah, there he goes. But he just stole your punchline. He stole your word. He's
And you-
interrupting
And you don't
already.
have to talk about it.
Is this the
No, I
part?
had to.
Is this
I
the part of the
noticed that.
episode where we're gonna start getting on him?
Scolding me.
Are we
No.
gonna jump on? Are we gonna like a wolf pack? Are we
Maybe.
gonna jump on him right now?
Maybe.
Me, tear him apart.
Could tear this kid apart.
Now we'll wait for next week's episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next week's.
We can't-
Usually, for some reason, next week's episode is always where he starts to lose control.
Yeah,
I'm having a good one.
they're having a
But-
good episode.
Yeah, it was a
Mic
great wedding.
control.
I don't know. It was a great wedding. I was super tired throughout the day because I had
I'll give you that.
I had a few brewskis before because I had to calm my nerves for walking down the aisle. But and then by the time the wedding started, I was just like dead. But it was an awesome wedding.
It was. We had a ton of fun.
We had so much fun. But I did fall asleep in the room where they keep the bridal.
Yeah, we were going out to take a little smoke break, and as we were walking through the bridal suite, to get to like the side of the building. We like, is that B passed out?
I had to take a nap. I had to refresh my batteries.
At what point during the party did you fall asleep? Was it like
who the hell knows?
This was
towards
about
the end?
No, this was before
9 o'clock.
Yeah,
That's
about
early.
9:30. Yeah.
I mean, it's an all day thing when you're in the a lady man. I mean,
He's
a
lucky
groomsman.
we woke him up.
I didn't last the whole wedding. My sister left.
Was there a lot of drinking involved? Did that have something to do with your fatigue?
You know what?
You weren't that drunk, were you?
It was one of those things where I started drinking so early and throughout the day that I never had that good buzz. You know what I mean? It was just me, just like that tired drinking. I'm just drinking for the sake of drinking, and then I start worrying. Like, am I drinking too much? Is my heart gonna stop? Like, am I gonna stop breathing? Like, I get weird things about that.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
That's right. Yeah, it's normal.
You know what? The judgment coming off of your face is really discouraging.
I'm not judging. I love it. Please keep going.
No, I could see Taylor's face, and he's.
We're not judging. We just think it's hysterical.
You want to know what
I'm in the judgment zone.
I was the reason I was making that face because I was actually thinking about making a joke about, oh, you know what's good for that? Just do some cocaine.
Please.
I'm like, do I make a cocaine joke right now or do I not? Because
If I have a coffee, I have the jitters for 3 weeks.
Right.
I can't do cocaine.
and then I'm like, no, then he'll really be worried that his heart is going to explode.
Oh, forget it.
Pot,
I could
man.
never do
We
that.
gotta get you on that CBD oils and some.
Yeah,
pot.
I thought about it, but I don't know. That I heard it's too strong. I would have panic
No,
attacks.
I'm not
pot.
talking about the THC, just the CBD oil.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. I don't know.
I got a question because before we started talking about this wedding stuff, there was another story you were telling us about spilling Chinese food in somebody's car.
All right.
All right, Chick.
Thank you for remembering this.
Chick seems to
you
know
almost
this
got away
story.
with this one,
Yeah.
And this
baby.
ties into the wedding, doesn't it?
Sure.
This
I
is
mean,
the rehearsal dinner.
I got some notes here. We could talk about this wedding stuff in general, but I'm interested to hear
No,
your
we
story
have
better.
to get
Yeah,
into this.
I mean, we could talk about weddings all day, but let's. I'd
I-
rather talk about B.
Don't worry, B. We won't name
Anxiety.
names.
I
He's
am-
priceless.
I am still very depressed. I almost lost 2 friends.
You were never close to losing friends. They were annoyed, but at no point were you close to losing a friend.
I wish, actually, if you're watching on YouTube and the podcast doesn't display this, but I can see that your face
I'm-
is
no,
actually you're like
genuine.
you're genuinely
Oh, he
actually
is.
upset about
I
this
was
still.
I
Whatever
was,
it is that
I've
happened,
gotten
please
better,
tell us.
But I
Look
was
how sad he looks.
I was
He's a chick thinks it's hilarious.
I love it.
Laughing at his pain.
Torment is great.
You are a tormented
I
artist.
cried. I cried to the woman who I did this to.
Did you?
Oh, you were
Just
such
shed a tear.
pussy.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So
You
I was in a state of depression, and I don't know. I'm not. I've never been really depressed.
Can you
but
go back to before
but-
you got depressed and why this happened?
sure. So we
Well-
went to a place for the rehearsal dinner.
Are you saying you were depressed before this even happened? Or
No.
this is a-
No.
Okay, as a
This
result of
set
the
me-
story.
This
okay.
really set me
Yeah, you
in
missed
a.
a positive before this happened.
No, you're right. This set me in a direction where I haven't been ever. I don't think.
Okay.
Or no, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah,
Since
I was
the
just-
last episode.
since his previous anxiety attack.
All right, go ahead.
So we went to this restaurant. It was one of these restaurants where they have like a lazy Susan on the table. and
What's the Lazy Susan?
It's one of the. It's like a.
Put something in the middle.
You
and
put
can
it,
spin it.
and you could just spin it, and it was just food.
If you
coming
want
nonstop.
a spice,
Put a
I could-
woman on your table?
You could put a
named
woman.
Susan?
Yeah, she's a little lazy, but
She just lays there, a
Yeah.
lazy bitch.
Yeah, lazy Susan.
so we kept. It was great. Food was awesome. We kept getting all this food all
It
night.
was actually fantastic.
Yeah, and I was worried from the get go. As you know, I'm on Jenny Craig, and I was worried.
You're still doing Jenny Craig? I forgot all about that.
yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
God.
He
yeah.
ate like a fucking champ.
Anybody who hasn't heard that episode yet, I don't know which one it is, but
don't know which one it
B
is
goes
either.
into full detail about
Yeah.
his Jenny Craig
Is that
adventures.
Sean's episode?
It was around there.
It's an episode before that, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, tangent. Go ahead.
So I, I'm trying to this is the first time I've eaten something that's not like a prepackaged small meal, so I'm having a good time, and things keep coming around. Finally, we get to go. We're ready to leave. It's late. The staff is ready to kick us out, and somebody brings up at the table. Somebody's like, "We should wrap this stuff up." and I have nothing to do with this. I don't want
it. I will give him the benefit of the doubt on that. He didn't ask for the food.
I didn't ask for anything. Next thing I know, there is.
It sounds like Chick.
I didn't have anything to do with this. No, I'm so happy it happened, though.
It sounds like that you don't have any doubt. Because usually when you use the phrase, I give him the benefit of the doubt, it means you have doubt. But you're saying you have no doubt he had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, he had no doubt. He didn't have anything to do with
weird.
I just wanted to be that guy real quick. And be like, you spelled your wrong in this context. It's YOU''RE as in you are. And you spelt it YOUR. I'm just being that.
Yeah, I got you.
That type of guy right now.
I appreciate it.
Anyway, you gave him the benefit of the doubt.
You gave me the benefit of the doubt. So next thing I know, the waiter comes over with a shopping bag full of every Chinese food on the menu.
It was basically everything they had left over in a bag. I got a picture of that,
I'm not going to eat this. What am I doing with it?
They just dump everybody's plates into like a bunch of bins for you or something?
Because
Give it all to me. He's on Johnny Craig. He needs it.
In that thing. Like you
there was so many. There was so many. So it was like higher than my head.
Bag of leftovers.
And I was like, I'm not going to eat this. I'm back on my diet. And plus, I want to lose a few pounds for the wedding.
Happily took it, though.
Okay. I did.
Were you peer pressured?
Yeah, a little bit.
It sounded to me like it was peer pressure.
They put it in front of him, and he was like, all right, I'll take it.
Of course, it's B. He's going to say that. But on the inside, he's thinking, possibly thinking, I'm not going to eat this. But everybody's looking at me.
He didn't think what happened was going to happen.
We can't get into B's psyche. I never know what's going on in his head.
It's impossible to get into this kid's head.
Are we done?
Yes.
Yes. Please continue.
Go.
Sorry.
So I get in my friend's wife's car. She's driving. And at some point,
I don't know how this happened.
Well, I think the bag was upside down. There was some kind of a spillage.
It was a malfunction?
A malfunction. And there was Chinese food everywhere. And it was... It didn't smell good. It was
all of this Chinese food you had spilled in her car?
Yeah. And
was it like a bunch of tins and they all opened up, or like most of it?
No, because it sort of leaked through a bag.
Does she have like a nice car?
Yeah,
nice enough.
Leather, fabric.
Yeah, no, it was leather.
Leather.
You're lucky it's leather.
Leather it'll wipe right off of. It was all fabric.
Apparently it didn't.
No. No.
Well, because the floor's not leather.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. This is really, I don't even want to.
I hope we can get him to tear up on this episode.
No. But,
oh, wow.
So she drives me home. I'm very apologetic, but it's all over the place. It's all over me. It's all over, and it just wasn't a good scene. And I said, I promise you, I will pay for this. So the next day after work, I went straight to, I felt awful. This
She's
person,
the sweetest girl. Too.
Yeah, and she was just pissed. I could tell. I can know. And
was it because you were drunk too? Did that have something to do with it?
Everything. It just wasn't a good
people
scene.
spill things, man.
I know,
it happens. You didn't. It's not like you got in her car and you were like,
you.
"Fuck this car, Chinese food."
But
there.
But you got to realize this is B's side. She was pissed, and then like she got over it.
No, because
people
it
get
lasted
over
days. So
yeah, it's Chinese food in the car. Somebody threw up in my car once.
That was on a Thursday. The wedding was on a Sunday. In that time period, she was okay.
Yeah.
So it didn't happen for that many days.
I don't know. So
I know.
Something spilled. It wouldn't even sound like it was 100% your fault. It sounds like the people that put it in the containers didn't seal them up properly.
Maybe. So
just blame someone else. You'll feel better about yourself.
So then I went. I went.
I'm trying to help him out here.
I had to buy them a gift certificate to a car wash. I gave them that.
That's nice.
And then apparently they went there. He was cleaning it that night, and it was all over the place. And then the next day she went to work, and the car didn't smell good. It was a bad scene.
It still smelled like Chinese food.
Yeah.
It's like the Seinfeld episode with the BO won't leave.
Right. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. So
wasn't it the valet who did that?
So I was just nervous to speak to them. I just felt bad. I felt
nervous to speak to them.
Yeah. I just felt awful. And of course, right away, what do I say? If the second I'm feeling uncomfortable, I have to blurt it out. So I say it right away, and Chick picks up on this, and he's like, "Whoa, I can't wait to see how this date plays out with you."
So I couldn't wait for Jen to get to the wedding.
So
does she gotta go, "Babe, look who's here, look who's here."
Yeah, and she goes, had a great line. She goes, "You guys clean up nice. Some people clean up nice. Not everybody."
Yeah. Wow.
She had a smile though. She was fine at that.
She did. We did have a talk, and she like I think we're good. But
She loves you.
I don't know. I got very upset with myself. I shed a tear to her. I was like, I don't know.
They're over it.
It messed me up. All right. Well, you want to hear it. It's
I know.
not that
I'm
exciting.
not
It's just.
Oh, it's great.
It's just.
I don't care if anybody else in the world
It
enjoys
just.
this.
It
I
really.
love this story.
It threw off my whole weekend. I'm still not great about it. But hey, listen. It is what it is.
Guy spilled Chinese food in somebody's car, and for 3 days. How many days has it been?
Thursday night it happened, so it was
Wow.
Friday and Saturday. We
But
saw
it
them on
was-
Sunday.
So
It's
then
okay.
he had to,
People make mistakes.
And
B.
this is his best friend's wife.
but
or
he went
soon to be wife or whatever.
He went to the.
Some people like to smell Chinese food.
He went to the car. No, this is not good.
Yeah,
I love
especially
it.
when it's in a baked
Yeah.
car for 90 degrees. And
You know
someone
what?
walking in
It
the
didn't
morning.
smell good right from the get-go. But
The smell coming from my car, I would fucking pay for it to smell like Chinese food right now.
Dang.
Do you want to smell some Chinese food in my car
Yeah.
after we record this
Sure.
episode?
so
'Cause, every day I get in, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, General Chow. Oh yeah, beef with broccoli.
We should
Oh,
plug that
It was
restaurant.
Mongolian
Pearl
beef.
East and
Mongolian beef. I was gonna ask what was the
Mongolian beef and
Oh, that-
other stuff.
where was that place?
Mongolian.
Pearl East and where?
In Manhasset.
Manhasset.
So,
He
whatever.
did the right thing by trying to get the
Yeah,
car
he
washed.
even did the right thing. That's what I'm saying. Everything's all right. She was pissed for a day, and she gets over
Yeah,
it.
whatever. It was what it was. But it's over now, and
Well,
I
maybe
felt
you won't be a best man in his wedding if he gets married.
I probably won't. It'll be his brother.
And it's gonna because no, I mean not even a groomsman because of that. Maybe he'll write you out.
If that happens, then
I think after that speech, his brother might not be in the best man in this one.
So I also had a wedding last night.
yeah. Tell us about your wedding.
My wedding was actually underwhelming.
Was it?
I actually had a story.
Is that because you made it
Yeah, I was
underwhelming?
just gonna say, was it because of the wedding or because of you?
You know, I don't know how to answer that question, which probably
Means
says
it's you.
Yeah.
It's probably me. I hate weddings. I hate them.
So look at his face.
I hate weddings. I hate them. And well, first of all, I don't drink anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yes, this is.
I used
I
to
would
drink.
hate weddings if I didn't drink
And
too.
even when I used to drink, I still hated weddings. The only thing I had going for me was cocktail hour.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I'm going to this wedding. I hate it. It sucks. Blah blah blah. So there's me being negative.
Yeah.
There's my negativity.
Right away.
Everybody's negative.
But I'm gonna get fucked up. So who cares? Like, hit that cocktail hour, like a few vodka crans, and I was the type of drinker that had a wedding drink. I don't know if you guys have
did you?
something like that.
What-
My wedding drink was vodka cranberry. That was
Wow.
That
so
was
you
the one.
you drink vodka cran all night.
All night long.
My wedding drinks pot.
Do you have a wedding drink, B?
Beer.
Beer.
Whatever beer they give me.
Yeah.
I don't do liquor. I can't do liquor.
No.
I just it's just beer for me.
Yeah. Mine was a vodka cran all night long. So yeah, I was not looking forward to this wedding. I was
Yeah.
already negative, and
Family wedding?
yeah, it's a family wedding. Did I even have anything interesting to talk about? I don't think I do.
Hey,
the
man.
highlight of my night was watching all my aunts dance together.
Oh God, that's always great.
They're all dancing. And it was fun to watch them have fun. But as I was sitting there, I was just thinking to myself, like, I hope nobody comes over to try to talk to me.
Yeah.
like what's? I guess there's something wrong with
That
me.
is
Like,
something at weddings.
one of
though.
the things I don't like about weddings is that there's so many people I have to
Yeah,
talk to,
exactly.
and it's
small
like,
talk with people you haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
you know what? There it is, the small talk part of it,
Yeah.
because it's not. Sometimes it's not as meaningful, and like I'd rather.
How's it going? What are you up to?
Yeah. So I'd really love to have like some serious conversations. Like if I say, "Hey, how you doing?" and not just like little bullshit. Like,
Right.
tell me the dirt. Give me the dirt. Give me
Yeah.
what's going on. Like, did somebody in the family kill somebody recently? Was there anybody get stabbed? Did you stab? Like, did you do anything?
Got
Did you
any
like?
court cases going
Yeah.
on?
There's nothing
stuff
better than
like that.
like those stories, like family stories of like where like yeah, this is going on. I shouldn't tell you, but this, and then you find out some dirt. It's the
Right.
best.
Oh yeah.
I
like
love
that.
it.
Everybody's trying to put on their best face.
Put on your worst face.
Yeah, your best
Exactly.
face. Your best face involves your most boring stories.
Yeah, your best
Yeah.
face is your worst.
I don't ever
face.
want. I hate
Put
when
on
people
your
it's
real
like, hey, how you
face.
doing? Good. I'm good. You're good. Oh, everybody's good. No,
Yeah.
you're not good. I'm not good.
Yeah.
Do I look good?
See, that's what I like. So actually, I'll tell you this. One of my aunts came up to me, and she was asking me about champagne. Because the champagne was in there. And when we did the cheers, I picked up a glass of water. She said, oh, you know, she goes,
eyes on you.
Why don't you drink your champagne's right there? And I said, no, I don't drink anymore. And she looked surprised.
Yeah.
So, how did this go? And how do I make this funny?
Just tell. It doesn't have to be funny. I'm interested.
So I said, I don't drink anymore. I drank like a year and a half. She goes, oh. She goes, was that hard? And that's when I was just like, let me just. I was like, yeah. I was like, I went to rehab.
Yeah. You said that?
Yeah. I was like, I went to rehab. I couldn't stop drinking, so I went to rehab.
So it wasn't easy. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Anything else you want to know? Like it was.
I love that.
It was just straight up me, just like, let me keep it real right here, and not be like, oh,
and
no,
what was the
things
reaction?
are good, things are
life's
great.
are great. No, it's not.
She was actually really cool about it, and then she started to, actually that was one of the most interesting. It turned into one of the most interesting conversations I had all night because she got real. She started saying, oh, you know, this one in the family did that, and everybody's got problems. And
that family dirt, B.
She goes, no, it's actually this. I got some dirt. She goes, and not everybody knows it, but this aunt of yours was married once before her current husband, and nobody knows. And I was like, well, now I know. And now I'm just gonna go around the wedding telling everybody that.
That's gonna spread quick.
See, that's good.
That's gonna spread quicker than my TV on fire.
Yeah.
But you see, a TV fire.
You see, when you're honest and real about something, it opens up a whole new thing. And then, you know, she felt comfortable to like open up to you about some other stuff.
See, that's
Said people shouldn't.
Whenever someone asks you how you doing, be honest with them. Don't just say good if you're not.
I feel like you shouldn't be so honest with them.
But then she also wanted to talk to me all night after that about stuff, and I was like, But it's not her fault. She's being nice, and she wants to talk, and I understand why she does. But I'm already there. I'm in a bad mood because I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And I'm just being a grumpy old man that just wants to leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. Don't talk to me. My aunt wanted to switch seats with me. She goes, sit over here next to your mom. I go, no, I'm going to sit over here. She goes, how come? And I go, because then she's going to try to talk to me. She looked at me sideways like, what?
And
That's so mean.
Sweetest mother ever.
I know. I love my mom, and I didn't mean it.
I know you do, but
I didn't mean it to be mean.
Like
personally, it's like, no, I just don't want to talk to anybody right now. I want to sit here and stuff my face full of this food and like stare at my phone and be grumpy.
Yeah.
Where's the coffee? I want the coffee to come out now. Where's the coffee?
Oh, God.
So, I mean, I over-exaggerate,
you should
but
have snuck into the bridal suite and took a nap.
Very comfortable couch. But I have a question about weddings. Have you guys? Now we've all gone to weddings. We got the food. Have you ever seen somebody say when they get the food, "I'm gonna wrap that up to go," like before they even sit down?
I've never seen that at a wedding.
Have you seen people ask for seconds? Is this a thing?
Who was I with? Was I with you, Chick?
It's possible.
I think I was with Chick. Me and Chick. Hold on. I just remember this. Me and Chick were at a baptism a few weeks ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he sat down next to me.
Yeah.
And we're ordering a food. And as the guy's coming around taking our order, we're all putting in one plate worth of food. And Chick looks at me, and he's going to order his plate. But then he looks at me and goes, you want to split a chicken nugget and fries on the side of that too? I go, no, we're just ordering one thing. We can't order another thing.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I'm going to get a chicken nugget and fries too. Like,
I wanted to. I didn't get it. They said go berserk if you wanted. I almost did it.
Yeah, he was going to order 2 plates for himself.
Said I was just trying to pick at the kids' plates.
But as far as weddings go, there was one wedding I was at.
Never seen it at a wedding.
There was one wedding I was at where it was a buffet style outside. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the night, one person started doing it, and then it caught on like wildfire, and I witnessed everybody started asking for take-home tins, and the entire wedding was divided into 2 groups of people. The groups of people stuffing their take-home bins, and the group of people judging them for doing it. Like the other half of the wedding was staring at this phenomenon of people stuffing their to-go bins with their arms crossed and a look of judgment on their face.
Good amount in that fucking card.
Yeah. They're just looking at them like, look at these people. What are they doing? Do you know what you look like right now? You look like a bunch of scavengers. Full disclosure, I was one of them. But in my defense, I was like 18, and I saw some of my relatives doing it, and they go, yeah, go ahead, grab a to-go bin. Everybody's doing it. And besides, they're just going to throw all this food out anyway, so you might as well take it home. And I said, you know what? That's true. And the food is really good.
I guess there's a point to that, but there's that picture of me getting walked down the aisle. What do you think?
Oh, there's the picture. I think, is that even you? You look so skinny in that picture.
Yeah,
we got to put that up on Instagram. Anyway, what were we talking about? Taking home food. That was my taking home food story. I was actually a part of that one.
I think.
But it's not a common thing, right?
Dinner.
No, this is
not the dinner.
This is
there's a buffet style.
I don't agree with this one.
What?
You're not really. This is not what I anticipated.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
We'll put it up on Instagram.
Yeah,
let everyone decide.
We'll let people decide.
But anyway, keep the story.
No, I heard from a friend of a friend that somebody came to the wedding and said, I'm going to order the chicken, but can I just don't bring it out when we're sitting down. Just wrap it up and give it to me at the end of the night.
He was probably high on cocaine, no appetite, but didn't want they don't want the food to go to waste. You know, I'm gonna be really hungry tomorrow because I've been doing cocaine for 24 hours and I haven't eaten a thing, and that chicken looks pretty good.
I don't know. I thought it was a weird thing that I couldn't imagine ever doing that.
That is a weird thing.
I don't think I could do it. I mean, you know what? I've never put anything past me. But
Yeah.
it's not something I wouldn't. Not because I'm embarrassed to do it, but more because I'm too lazy to have to carry that fucking home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you might spill it all over your friend's car.
But
not all of us are retarded.
Plus, I got a little note here about something that Chic did, and I don't know how to transition into this.
I wasn't sure if we were going to I was curious
This is it.
how we were
This is the last note that I have, and you know, this is how I'm going to transition into it. This is the end of the episode. This is the last thing we're going to talk about. We'll close it out after this, but what is the I don't know. We talk about how much we give at weddings.
The protocol.
Oh, yeah.
Gift
What's the protocol on gift giving at weddings?
Yeah. Well,
That's
I
good.
always have a
The
problem
normal
with this.
thing is you always say you try and cover the plate.
Yeah.
Try to cover the plate. But you know what? I was thinking that last night. But when you cover the plate, what about all the other shit they paid for the DJ? They paid for the.
That's not your.
Does that count as the plate?
No, you're really supposed to cover yourself.
That's it.
Yeah, in theory.
A
I'm
little
just saying
bit more?
a rule of thumb. Yeah, some people do that and a little bit more.
That's kind of like at the very least you want to cover
At the very least,
the plate.
cover your plate.
Right. And what do people usually pay with?
Checks.
I always go cash because of some instances.
I pay cash. I pay cash.
I do checks.
You always have you always
No,
gone
no,
cash,
I haven't
Chic?
always done cash. I haven't always done cash.
When you didn't do cash, what did you do?
I gave one of my good friends of mine, I love you, Big T. I gave him a post-dated check. I post-dated it for about a week and a half later or something like that.
You post-dated a check.
Said, Big T, that's a keeper. Just don't cash it yet.
Oh, my God.
There's no money in that.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
This was years ago.
This
could have been weeks ago.
It wasn't.
Not
though,
much has
thank
changed.
God. No,
So-
my boy Nicky got straight cash this
Straight
time.
cash, homie.
Now I do cash because of that.
It's good. Chick shows up to a wedding. He's like, "Yeah, he gave you a gift. It's a post-dated check. Don't cash
didn't
that for
it
another
bounce?
weekend. You got a to-go bin for all this food?"
Well, in my defense, I told them that they said they waited, but they didn't, and it bounced.
So it
I had to
bounced.
cover the fee too. So when I gave them the actual cash, I came back and covered the fee. I did the right thing in the long run.
Yeah.
Better late than never. Better late than
The
never.
right thing always happens in the long run with you.
Oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess there's a lot more long run left. Let's see. Let's see. All right, guys. I think that's it. Right?
All right.
Let's wrap up this episode.
So long, everybody.
Yeah, it was good to be here with you guys today.
Yeah, it was a good day. Nice show.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. www.adultbabyshow.com. We got the YouTube site. We got the SoundCloud. Please share.
Comment.
Yeah, comment.
Review us.
Rate us, review us, like us. Tell your friends if you actually enjoy the show, and you know.
Yeah, share it to people.
You know, like
Come
when
on, get us out there.
You know, like when you find that band and you're like, "Oh, I found this band before
Gotta
everybody
check 'em
else, so I
out,
can't check them out." Yeah. You know.
Get our podcast before we blow up.
But really, thank you for listening. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week on the next episode.
Bye, guys.
See you later.